remembering that. Awesome. Well, welcome you guys. I am so grateful to be here with you all on this beautiful Monday. I think what the text message thread say? Are we in week 8? Is that what it is? I was like, I think I saw that come through in my text. It was week 8. So bravo for all of you that are still here and still showing up on the call and still seeing this 30 minutes every single Monday into your business. I'm so thrilled to have Andrea Dolan with us. I know she has been with us previously on a Monday night call, but she is such a gift and a treasure. We live, close enough, but far enough away that like, I wish we were in the same city, but Andrea lives, I don't know, maybe about an hour and a half from where I am, or a little bit more than that. But we're both here in Wisconsin. We've really tried to collaborate, even when we're can't be in person, but really in ideas and sharing and think tanks. And Andrea just has this beautiful, positive energy and spirit about her. She is a beautiful mom and wife, and she is just rocking her Isogenic business. I love following her on social media. One, because I can't just grab coffee with her, so it makes me feel like I know what's going on in her life. But she just has this beautiful, natural, authentic energy in which she shares Isogenics. And I know that I shared her Instagram handle when I did the post for the team call. And I really want to encourage you to go like follow her, because the way that she shares Isogenics so beautifully, just with her life and her lifestyle, it just is so inspiring, because I think that we've all seen, I don't know, icky ways that network marketers kind of can get a bad rap for the way that they show up on social media and the in your face kind of stuff. And I think you'll just find that the way that she has really built this is so beautiful and so pure. And you will know and see and love her just in following her through social media. And I can tell you with full certainty that her heart is 100 times bigger and more loving than even she shows up on social media. So she's going to come on tonight. We're going to talk about reels on Instagram. So does everyone have Instagram? I think we should start there. If you have an Instagram, drop a 1 in the comments, just so that we know that you have Instagram. If not, you're still going to find tremendous value, because it's also part of how she's sharing. But one of the things we're really seeing on social media is the, I should call them like static posts. The feed posts are not getting much traction. So when I first started, Isogenics was all about the consistency of those static posts. And while there is a place for that, and that there is still need for that, where we're really seeing people get a lot of traction and a lot of views are through reels. So Andrea, I'm going to have you come on. If you want to give like a really high level, little bit of your story, first, just to start off, I know most of the people were on last time, but then like, let's just jump right into the real stuff.
Yay. Thank you so much for having me, Julie, and your whole team. You guys are great to welcome me. I went very casual today. So it's a family meeting here. I have been with Isogenics almost 8 years in April. So I started pregnant. I was not looking for products. I was looking for a way to make money from home. Thankfully, I joined this company due to trusting my friend, knowing if she could do it, I could do it. And the products work for so many people for so many reasons. So I've had an amazing health journey, finding food freedom here. I had healthy pregnancies. I trained for a first marathon, and I just love making life simpler for the everyday busy person, especially mom. So I love our products. I joined for the business. So I wanted to make an income from home. I was forward with that. And I gave myself permission to evolve along the way, because what looks like success then is completely different than what I view as success now, because I'm in a different spot. So always allow yourself to grow, and it's okay if your why is changing. And I would transition that right into social media. Like, I am growing and evolving every day. My niche market, like all of the things I'm learning, I'm trying to apply, but you just gotta, just like any action, you just gotta get in and start somewhere. And then wherever you are, let yourself figure that out. I know a lot of you on here, and many of you are already doing so many of these things. So take it for what it's worth. If all you need to do is just say you're going to commit to doing one, I'll give you a couple ideas later, and maybe you're much past that and you just want a couple other thoughts. So first, Julie kind of already mentioned, reels are just, there are so many things. She mentioned they're the most seen right now, algorithm wise. Facebook does have reels now too, which is really cool. I have noticed, to me, the Facebook reel thing doesn't show up quite as much as like Instagram reels. So like I sometimes save them and post them on Facebook. I don't think they get as many views, and it doesn't really matter in the end, you know, just you're sharing your heart, your message. You can, you know, save a reel to your story and send it over that way. But anyway, they're the most seen. And I don't think that's the most important part, honestly, because really there is a lot of research about, even because you have so many reels, even those static photo posts are also important now, because having a bunch of everything is great, just keeping people on their toes and looking and not being predictable. So don't worry too much about that, except they're also the most enjoyed or entertaining. So put a 1 in the comment if you watch people's reels, not if you're doing them, but if you spend time watching other people's reels. I think, to me, they're the most enjoyed and entertaining way to view people's message. And do you quickly get to know someone and what they're about through a reel? Yes, you may not, I'm very long-winded, so you may not read my long caption, but my reel might be 5 seconds. And you already kind of start to get people's brand through those really quick snapshots. And that part is really powerful. And then it's just fun. If you have ever felt stuck, if you maybe feel like you are now overanalyzing all of your words, that's where I used to be with, when you send out reach outs or messages on Messenger and you type them, they have to be perfect. You want to word them, your grammar. When you use voice message, do you not feel a little more yourself? So I view kind of reels to those, reels to those static posts very similarly. It takes me a long time to think of exactly what I want to say, but in a reel, it's almost nice to not say everything and just, find something that fits, and caption short and sweet are nice too. We'll talk a little bit about the length. And again, no real expert. Like, I am not a real expert, Julie. You are so sweet to but I've done research and I know what I like to see. And again, we're just going to talk there. So first, let's just talk about how, a lot of you might know how to do this, but at least can you just open your phones and go to Instagram and click the plus sign at the top, and you'll see right there. So I'm just going to show you how to make one, or at least where to start. Actually, no, I'm not going to have you do that first, because most of you aren't going to go when you click plus sign reel, you kind of want to be ready to create your reel when you go there. And for most of you, that you're not going to know what to do. So what I would do if I'm going to create a reel, and I'll get to kind of planning it later, go to the bottom, the middle icon, that kind of video clip play sign. You'd click that. And what you want to do then is, I usually tend to scroll and see something that fits. Now, this would take place more in the planning section, but when you find something that fits, even if you're not going to do it in the moment, you can click on the audio. It will have like music notes by it. So if you're looking at these, you're scrolling through your phone right now, look at the bottom by the music notes and you can click on it. And once you do that, you can't see my screen, but you can save the audio. That way, when you go to that plus sign reel and you want to start, creating whatever you're going to do, when you hit the music, you'll be able to go to all your saved audio. So at least then you're like, oh yeah, I remembered, I wanted to save it for that reason. It's going to be important then when you're saving all these things. It's much like Pinterest, where you can save 1,000 boards and have the best ideas and never do it. So in my experience, this is a good starting place, but there's good, better, best. Great to save an audio, better to have a screenshot, maybe a folder where you save real ideas. So you have some idea of what you were thinking, then best to just do it in the moment if you're able to. I found that I get a lot more accomplished if I'm ready to do something then and do it. But batching is really nice. So, okay, good, better, best. I was not reading. Okay. So anyway, once you are ready to make a reel and you have your idea, you'll go to that plus sign, go to reel. And then if you have never done this before, you'll have just a blank screen, and you can swipe up to view your own videos and you can apply those. or you can take videos in the moment. So before you even get started, the top button, if you're all in + reel, the top button is your audio. And they give you a lot of trending audios, which is awesome if you have like a video idea and you just need music for it. But I like going to saved and having that plan of like what you liked to do, and it's already saved there for you. You can click it, and then it will usually give you a short amount of time that you have to do. So if that video clips 7 seconds, you have 7 seconds to fill in video, where you can either upload something or you can then take your video, which is what you most usually are seeing, where you're like lip syncing, to match it. So when you do that, you have your audio clicked, and then you just click the start button to sync it up. You'll be able to see it. I suggest using the timer at the bottom. You can push the clock and set timer, and it will give you 3 seconds. So that way, if okay, I like to duct tape my phone to a window. That's literally what I do. I have a selfie stick and I set it up on my desk sometimes, but a window has natural light. So half the time I take this off, but I will duct tape and I'll stick it to a window, whatever window, doesn't matter. And that means the light is on my face. You can also pick a filter if you want. I have, just like you save audios, you can also save filters if you like them. So sometimes I go without a filter, but there are some that I like that are me still. Like, you have to just pick what your brand and your mood is. And then you can apply that if you want beforehand. But when you set the timer, then, because if you're doing this lip syncing one, like half the time they start like immediately, and it's just tricky, and it doesn't matter because it can be messy, and that's progress. But like the timer thing really helps. And then you can back up so you're not always holding it. But in general, please know, people want to see you. Like, for a while, sometimes I'm dressed up, and that's great. And more times than not, because that's when I like to show up on video, but you can be, and people want you to be you. So if you find yourself in athleisure wear almost every day with your hair put up, please don't feel like you need to change that to do your reel and be more businessy, because that is just opposite of what people care about in this. In your reels, it should feel like you. And you should know what you're trying to build with your brand. But my guess is, however you're showing up day to day, you do not need to show up any differently for your reel. Anyway, but you do want it to be synced on time. So set your timer, you'd push it, usually you have like 3 seconds, and you will just repeat back what it says. Then for what you can do when you're uploading video, I know it's hard because we're not like doing one this second, but please, if you have comments, put them in. I'm not going to spend too long on this part. Once you upload a video, which I don't have right here, you have this like timer thing on the bottom. So you can shorten, then you see how you can kind of move that. I'm not making anything right now, so don't look for like an after. But like you can shorten it to then upload another video to go in. So say it's, a lip synced one where you're talking differently, or like you say it and you want to do a transition, or, all those funky things. Like, you can then add and subtract how much of your video is showing. So one trick is, say you were doing a workout one, which later I have an audio called consistency that I'm going to give you as a tip of maybe one reel to try. Say you take a video of your workout. You literally could do one video, but you could start and stop where you are having it, and it could make it look like little clips of different parts of your workout, where it's really one video. It maybe took you 35 seconds, but you could show 2 minutes, or 10 seconds and 5 seconds and 4 seconds. I personally think that's one of the easiest things to do, is take one video, figure out a reel to do later with it, depending on the audio, and making, the video shorter clips. That way you don't have to get up. It is fun. Once you start doing it, you might like it. This is like a creative outlet. So you might like, it's really nice to get different angles. So I think it's fun to take video from a selfie point of view and then set it up there so they can see it. I think those different views just keep people interested. But if you are just hung up on making one, the one long video can be cut into different segments, and it's not that you need to be starting and stopping everything. Okay, so you can also then do that with your text. So say you finish your reel, you have your audio, you uploaded your video, you trimmed everything so it looks correct. I would right then, if everything looks and is synced the way you want, I just got out of it, but I think you can push preview. And if it's looking good, you hit the button next. And then right now it's going to show Julie's face because I just took a video of her talking. But before you type in even your caption, you could type at the bottom, instead of sharing it, there's a save as draft. And that is like the hottest tip I will give you is make sure you just save the draft. And if you are ready in the moment to type up your caption and type up anything you want on your video, you can. But when you're going to say save time and batch a couple of these all at once, if you're just going to do, 2 or 3 videos of lip syncing stuff, and it's very simple. If you're saving as draft, that means you have 3 reels drafts saved in your folder. I'll show you where to find them. That can be tricky. To add when you're going to do this on a Monday or the night before, you can go in then and add the text. So that makes making these videos, you don't have to get dressed all different ways, but you could do 3 or 4 videos. It really would maybe take you 5 minutes. If you had the audio set and you had your phone duct taped to your window, you could take the video, save it, save as draft, and you could upload your next audio and save it without necessarily needing to know your messaging in the moment. So I think the saving as draft is really important. And actually, I think they just did some, once you save as draft, in the past, you haven't been able to go and adjust any of the video. You could adjust text, but you couldn't adjust any video. And I'm pretty sure they just changed that because I think I saw that might be an option now. So maybe that's even better. But once you hit save as draft, your video was done. Okay, so that allows you then, and I would suggest everything you do want to text. In it's seen by more people. Not all of mine do. Like it has to make sense, but usually you want to type in what you're doing. So point of view, POV is like a new thing that people say. So your point of view when you're doing this, mom life holding a baby and you're making a shake. So POV, mom life, like newborn mom life. I see Jamie on there. That was like my life for so long. Or whatever it is, this consistency audio when you're uploading a video of your workouts, typing in different things of, like 2 years ago, I could never stick to anything. I could not, so you're just typing in your message. And that's why your captions can be so short, because a lot of times you're giving a lot of the information through the audio and then whatever you want to type on there. But I would, your videos are amazing when you do them, but definitely add some text if you can. And you'll get some ideas about text in just a second. Okay, so saving text, caption ideas. I still like to talk in mine. I'm learning, but having a short, sweet caption, you don't need to discuss a ton if you're going to be posting more often. And if the audio says things, these can be really direct and they honestly get more views when they aren't long. Even though I don't always follow that. I don't know why. I gotta get out of my head. Okay, let's see. Julie, you feel free to interrupt anytime, and then I'll just keep talking tips, and then I might go to planning next. I know our time is really quick. Yeah, good. Okay, so one tip, if you're trying to figure out, again, you're not trying to beat an algorithm, but while you're doing that scrolling thing on that middle button, when you're looking at the audio, you'll see those musical notes. Anytime you see musical notes and then you see an arrow by it. So let me, can you hear it? Okay. So that apparently is a trending audio right now because it has the arrow. So if you want more people to see it, or it's just a fun one, you might see that one pop up a lot and you'll get more views based on if you do it earlier than later. Plus, sometimes you just have more ideas because tons of people are doing this. It might be easy for you to create whatever you want to type on it. The ones with arrows are ones you want to use. So I like to go for the trending one. If I have a video I want to share maybe with my kids, but I just need some music to go with it. Or again, in planning mode, I like to do, if you're doing nothing and you give yourself, 5 or 10 minutes to go save some audios. And then I like to, on Sundays, pick 2 to 3. I mean, I'm at about 5 a week now, but pick a couple that you want to do that week. That way, when you kind of know you're going to do it, you know what you're looking for. If you have to gather a few videos during your week of you making your shake or you your audio will dictate what your video looks like, but knowing what you want to do will help your mind do it with more ease. And it won't feel complicated. Just like if you're going to take a shake selfie one day, or like you knew you're going to take a picture of some recipe, but you had to do it in the moment, it just is a lot harder and it doesn't feel right. So anyway, planning it that way, the trending audio is really helpful. And then whenever I post, you can add hashtags after. People do find them, and they can be a little bit general. Let's see, let's talk about planning then. So I like to set aside a designated time to like kind of scroll and save based on what I like. I do like to follow a few people, and I was going to tell you that. So Brock Johnson, you maybe already follow him. He is Shailene Johnson's son. So they're just great with social media in general, but his thing is like posting a reel a day. So first you can find him if you need convincing that this is worth your time. But then also just like some of those new reel ideas, he'll help you. They're usually doing trending ones. I like Pink Sparrow Social. Sparrow is SPARROW. So Pink Sparrow, I can type it. Pink Sparrow Social is who I like even better. Yes, she's got it. Is who I like even better for that trending audio. She also has like really simple cover photos so that if you're going to her page and you go to her reels, it's like really easy to see what her reels are about. And her job is similar to Brock Johnson's, but she is really giving you previews of new trending reels that you could try or do, or here, try this new transition, or here's this. And then in her caption, she'll oftentimes give like, if you're this, try using this messaging. If you're this industry, try using this. So she's a really great one that has popped up with reels, and she has a really clean, easy to follow feed, and you will learn from her as well. And then I think in general, following maybe somebody from the company who from Isogenics who you like look up to, and your brand is the same, your messaging is similar, like you want to attract similar people, see what they're doing. And if they are doing things that you like, it is okay. It is okay to copy reels. That's kind of what everybody does, is you just do it your own way and you copy it. If you have a different branding and messaging, and I'll talk a little bit about that, that's kind of like the next step, is figuring out how to do reels, is really figuring out how to make it really help you attract the people you want. And that is by tailoring your messaging to who you want to reach out by. And Jamie, I think I copy yours too. Yes. And it's not like a bad thing. It's totally fine. I don't even see Jamie's reels when she copies mine half the time. It doesn't really matter. So yes, you can go in and change that. So Isogenics, and I also think people in network marketing in this industry, but who maybe will be typing their message will be like, buy this shampoo. Instead, we would say buy Isogenics, but whatever their wording was, you can just simply change it. But they're really using the same social selling network marketing approach that we would. So I would just say, follow a couple of those people, and don't get too caught up in copying or like feeling like you have to do exactly what they do. Just maybe set your goal of what you want. What are you trying to do? One reel a week? Are you trying to do one reel a day? Are you trying to do a reel? Just see how it goes. Like, you just have to set your own goal, and maybe set a few planning tactics and just see what works. I did some fashion ones, like my first time, like spinning and hats. I literally think I took 45 minutes to do a couple of my first ones, and they were really fun, and they like barely got any views. It didn't matter, and it was fun, but I learned. So you'll learn a lot of that stuff, and now you can just do it so much quicker. Reels have really, they've built and evolved. Okay, here are a couple. I do think the niche messaging is really important. So just remember this, because half the time I would save audios, I would be ready to do my reel, and I would do it, and I would have it. It would be all set in my saved draft, but I didn't always know what to type on it. Like, how do I make this meaningful to people? I got my reel done, but now how do I finish it with the text? And I'm still working on that, but just know this, who are you speaking to? So for me, I really want to help make mom's life simpler. I'm specifically usually stay-at-home moms, but also busy working moms. Okay, and what problems do they have? And then what problems did you have? What problems are you having? And then how can you help, or how can Isogenics help? Those are questions. If you can constantly remember that, even for your static posts when you're typing, your messaging will start make more sense when you're going to type in your reels. the ideas will come to you quicker because you know, Isagenix is such a big company. Like we offer so many things right now, but if you know who you're talking to, why you're talking to them, and what you have to offer, especially a specific market, which still is hard for me to wrap my head around that we should, specify, but it's so important. It will make your life easier. The reels will become a lot easier for you too, because you'll see one and you'll be like, I'll change that word and that's me. Okay, so here's some ideas that you could try. I talked about, it's called Elijah Frazier, a pretty fast typer, consistency. This is okay, that is spelled wrong. Elijah Frazier, consistency. So if you were going to audios, in a reel, so + reels, audio, you could type in and search for this. This is consistency video overview. I think I also did this reel like 3 or 4 days ago, a fitness one, if you want to look. It's a video over, what do they call it? Audio over something, over audio, whatever. So you just upload videos and the audio is there. This is the easiest type of reel there is, because you, like I said, you could take that 30-second video of you doing a workout or consistency in something else. Maybe you're trying to consistently get outside every day in this terrible winter. Sorry, I have like the winter blues today. And you're taking a picture of your feet walking or a selfie of your face, and that's all it is. And you just upload those videos and the track is there for you. And then a lot of people, while you might have your own message, a lot of times people for reels, they just type out the actual words of the audio. So whatever this Elijah Frazier guy is saying in the word in consistency, you just type it out and you can say it. You can see it in mine. I did that. So that's one idea for you. And you use consistency in whatever area makes sense for you. I did workouts at home. Okay, here's another one that's right now is plant. This is the name of the audio. And it's like, what do we do about that? And you slap it away. So say I'm in the reel. It's like, they say something and you oversay something and you're trying to slap something away that doesn't make sense. So the one I saw was like negative self-talk. And it's like, what are we going to do about that? And then you kind of look up and you like pretend to slap something. Okay. Like you're sending it away. So it's counting calories. It is, whatever, negative self-talk. That is your reel. You save it just like that. You save draft. And when you go in to type, wherever your hand goes is where you're going to type in your text. And then with that slidey arrow thing, you move it over so the text doesn't appear until your hand moves there and it looks like you're going to slap it away. So that's a reel that's 5 seconds long. You say whatever they say, like something like, what are we going to do about that? Whatever it is, you'll find it. And then you slap something. And then when you figure out what your messaging is, you're going to type it up there after you've saved your draft. And again, you move the slidey arrow so it appears when you hit it, and you'll be able to preview it and see if it looks right. You'll be able to adjust it. Okay, here's another one. It's called the Get It Girl audio. I just saw it today. And it's like, you could use it with this, like cheering on your customer. It's just like a cheering for a girl one. There's an overlay there. Cheering for your customer, cheering for women in general, moms taking care of themselves, like whatever your point of view is. You'll be able to also, when you find the audio, if you're not in the reel section, you could search for it in like the actual search button. When you find the audio, you'll actually see other people's reels. So you could go to that Get It Girl audio and kind of look through what people do, what makes sense for you, how could you change it? Maybe you could literally copy somebody. Okay, and then one more I saw too, it's called Taylor Acorn Music Audio, and there's tons of them. Half these audios have the same audio with different names, and it's like overall the Butterflies audio. So it's the I'm Into You song, I'm into you, and it's like a 5-second thing, and it was this girl holding her Starbucks, I'm into you. Okay, you could be me to my shake, me to my collagen elixir, me to my hair revival, me to my hoodie favorite, like depends what you want, it doesn't matter. But again, super simple. But instead of talking to people about how amazing our shakes are or collagen elixir, people would like watching that. People also want to get to know you. So if you have a silly side, which I'm more serious, like I'm not super like crazy, and I've danced so many times in reels because apparently I like dancing. They just get to know you a little better. So I know we are over time, but those were a couple of my easiest reels to try this week. I bet you'll surprise yourself. And if there's any questions, I can take them now. Otherwise, if you guys are strict, I think we fit it all in pretty good.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Be honest, I am somebody that has like a ton of audio saved, and I'm like super intimidated by like how to do this. So I feel like you've really broken it down. And I loved your reel tonight, even, or the one you shared your story. I'm assuming you just did it tonight, but that was like super simple. So I want to share anything about that one.
Yeah, so I saw that today because, two people who have trained with Isagenix for social media, they're the social studio people, Aaron and Natalia. Okay,
Natalia.
Aaron, they have that new Get Your Glow box or something. Aaron posted that same one yesterday. Literally same words. She did this. So I just did the same thing because it was exactly what I wanted to do. But yeah, so it was, if your collagen doesn't do this, it's like it just is like in the beat, you can time words with the beat, and then it's like the run. And I just said something about, if your collagen doesn't do this, because half of this is just all regrowth from collagen, which is just so crazy to me. And yeah, you can learn to put in a call to action. One thing I didn't say, and I'll say it just really quick now, once you are consistently doing reels, you'll find that you can change your cover, and it just depends how far you want to get with it. So before you post, you can hit cover, and they'll give you a chance to slide through your whole reel, and you can just pick a screenshot. That's super easy and fun. Or you can upload a picture. So I've done it a couple different ways. I'm kind of playing around with where I am right now in this process, but sometimes I'll pick a screenshot because a messy feed is fine. People don't care. That is a good thing. You can pick a screenshot. What I have found is people sometimes like a caption. So sometimes right when I'm done making a reel and I save the draft, I will close out of Instagram. I will turn on my camera in the same clothes, same look, duct tape to my window, and I'll set my 3-second timer and all. Smile, whatever's normal. And then I will edit, I'll brighten that picture. And eventually when I'm ready to message that reel, I have my things typed in, I will upload that to Instagram, use the text on the Instagram story to add a title. What did I do for my Instagram one today? So for that collagen one, does your collagen do this? That was the title, that if you go to my reels section, it will have a picture with a title there. And if I didn't do that, I couldn't have done that while I made the reel. I had to do that separately by taking a picture, I brightened it, and then I put it, and I used the story feature. I went to create a story, I uploaded that picture, I typed it in, and I saved it. And then when I went to post my reel, I changed the cover to that. Honestly, Canva, if you are really ready, Canva has story templates or reel templates. I tried that. I did that once and I loved it. It's just not feasible for me all the time, but they have story templates where you can really, and you'll see people do really cohesive things, and you can get there too if you want to. But yes, cover photo, again, if you're just selecting anything from your reel, it is great. When you're ready though, I think having a caption and a title really does help people if they are looking through things, and it might help them capture your brand really quick. Okay, sorry, that was just a couple minutes, but I thought of that and I never really talked about it.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. So Darlene is asking, after saving audios, do we go back to find them?
Okay, yes. So when you save your audio, if you're ready to do a reel, if you hit + reel and you click audio, you'll see all the ones, and you'll see a saved button, and you can hit just saved, and anything you ever saved is there in that reel section. You have to go as though you're creating a reel. And then I should show you this too. Once you've saved a reel as a draft, to find it, go to your main page, where you can see your own profile. Your own profile, you're at the top. And then when you click the reel button, as though you're looking at all the reels you've made, it's the post one is a bunch of boxes. The reel button is a play button. I hope. Okay. Once you get there, you'll be able to see the reels you've posted, but then this first one is drafts. So these are the drafts I currently have. They're 4 videos I've made. They have not been posted. They're just sitting there waiting for me to do something, but they're in by your reels as drafts. They're saved there. Unless you restart your phone. No, unless you delete Instagram, they're gone.
Awesome.
Okay.
Super helpful. Cool.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I will also like Emily Jackson. She's on Allison Matthews' team. She's on Instagram. She has a separate Instagram page for collagen. It's called Glowingly Nourished. I'm going to type it, but she has done some really amazing reels. So if you find yourself wanting to share collagen in particular, go find her on Instagram. She has some really great content. And like Andrea said, like, I mean, I followed that Glowbox page that she was referencing. I didn't see that reel. I saw Andrea's reel, right? So, I mean, I think that's the point where we're all just trying to reach our own audience. And you know, I didn't even tell you this background, Andrea, but this 10-week program, we're calling it the factor, and it's all about like finding your authentic voice in through your Isogenics business. So I just want to say thank you, as I didn't even tell you that, and I feel like you really showed us like what that means, you know, to use your authentic voice through this process. And that, yes, take ideas from other people, find ways to simplify it, but like be you, right? If you're in athleisure wear all the time, just do that, own that, right? Like you don't have to be somebody else to be successful at that. I think that's a message that we just cannot reinforce enough. So thank you for always like just being that person that I don't even have to say that to, because that's just part of who you are. So you blessed us so much tonight. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. I know you're like, I'm not an expert. I'm like, you know so much and have so much to give. And I just appreciate they're always willing to share and pay forward as you've learned. And I'm just so, so grateful for you. So if you guys get a chance, go and show Andrea some love, go show some of her reels some love, you know, like show her some love on your Instagram. But just thank you, Andrea, for everything. And for everybody else that has shown up today, be sure you're plugged into the promotion happening right now, the ISA, whatever trip rally thingamabob it's called. If you don't know where it's at, go to Impact Makers, Tyler's chats. The last couple of this, or today's in particular, has a good kind of recap of everything happening. So be sure that you go check out Impact Makers for all the details on that. So thank you guys. Have an amazing, oh yes, vision tour. Tyler is apparently coming to me April 22nd. They're all over. I know Darlene's in Atlanta. There's one in Chicago. So be sure you're plugging into that as well. So anyway, love you guys. Have an amazing week. Thank you again, Andrea, for blessing us. Take care.